Welcome to the Ultimate Ukraine YouTube channel. The military, economic and political effects of the Ukrainian war have been the cause or result of many determining factors in the world to date. From the first days of the war, it was known that the Russian army was superior to the Ukrainian armed forces. The superiority of the Russian army as army equipment was an undeniable fact. The Ukrainian armed forces seemed weak against the Russian army, both in terms of quality and quantity. But when the Russian tanks came to the Ukrainian border on February 24th, it was thought that they could not be stopped. It has been nearly 11 months since Western analysts stated that Russian tanks will celebrate in Kiev. While the Russian tanks were defeated by MAMPADs, portable anti-tank missiles coming from the west, one of the vehicles that got the Russians in the most trouble was the Bayraktar TB2 unmanned aerial vehicle. Bayraktar TB2 UAVs were the undisputed favorites of the first 3 months of the war. Ukrainians wrote many songs and poems about them. Bayraktar TB2 served in many missions throughout the war. The Ukrainian armed forces used Turkish unmanned aerial vehicles in many operations on land, in the air and at sea. Turkey's aid was not limited to Bayraktar TB2. Turkey did not pass Russian warships from the Mediterranean to the Black Sea by closing its straits. Turkey has always seen its neighbor Ukraine as an important friend, and this was mutual. Turkey recognized Ukraine's independence on December 16, 1991. Diplomatic relations between the two countries were established on February 3, 1992. Turkey has also strengthened its strategic partnership with Ukraine in the last 12 years. This partnership covers different areas of cooperation, including mutually rewarding cooperation in the defense field. Turkey is also actively involved in the modernization efforts of the Ukrainian Navy, and the backbone of Ukraine's first Ada-class corvette was laid in a Turkish shipyard recently. The flagship of the Ukrainian Navy was built in Turkey and was launched in the Black Sea in September, with a ceremony attended by the First Lady of Ukraine and the Admiral of the Navy. Turkey's special position in the region made it difficult to provide military assistance to Ukraine for many reasons. However, Turkey's military aid to Ukraine continues unabated even today. Yesterday, Turkey began to provide Ukraine with electronic warfare systems to combat missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles. Turkish information sources reported that Turkey supplies electronic countermeasure systems to Ukraine to combat drones and missiles. According to Oryx, in addition to supplying other weapons to Ukraine, Turkey also handed over to the Ukrainian armed forces an unnamed number of electronic warfare systems. Many Turkish-made war vehicles have been seen in Ukraine, but these electronic warfare systems have not yet appeared on the scene. However, Turkish electronic warfare systems have a range of 70 kilometers and can be deployed at quite a distance from the front. In addition to fixed electronic warfare systems, Baykartek is also transferring electronic warfare modules to Ukraine for Bayraktar TB2 unmanned aerial vehicles, which are still used by the Ukrainian army for reconnaissance and attack control purposes and not for offensive ends. Turkey's regular arms shipments to Ukraine show that Ankara openly supports Kiev. In addition, it was claimed that 40 Bayraktar TB2 attack aircraft were delivered to Ukraine on the same day. As it is known, Turkey has provided 40 Bayraktar TB2 attack unmanned aerial vehicles to Ukraine, in addition to 12 of this type of UAVs serving Ukraine already. At the same time, it was learned that at least 24 more Bayraktar mini reconnaissance aircraft were procured. According to the data presented, Turkey delivered 20 Bayraktar TB2 UAVs to Ukraine, sold 15 UAVs for half the price, and delivered 5 more free of charge. Turkey, among other things, agreed to the transfer of 24 Bayraktar mini reconnaissance aircraft to Ukraine. In addition to these, support comes from Turkey for the ground operation in Ukraine. In the latest published reports, it was announced that Turkey sent 42 more BMC Kirpi armored vehicles to Ukraine. A few days ago, a large train with Turkish BMC Kirpi armored vehicles was seen on the Romanian-Ukrainian border. Turkish convoys were advancing towards the Ukrainian border, and probably by now, Turkish armored vehicles are already on Ukrainian soil. In the video footage presented, you can see the moment when a freight train with Turkish BMC Kirpi armored vehicles passes through one of the railway stations in Romania. Armored vehicles probably followed the border area near Chernivtsi, from where the latter was already transferred to the front and temporary storage places. A total of 42 BMC Kirpi armored vehicles were counted on the platforms. This means that Turkey has delivered at least 92 armored vehicles of this type to Ukraine since February last year. The previous shipment included 50 armored vehicles. In one of the most sensational aids, Turkey delivered dozens of TRLG-230 precision-guided missiles to Ukraine in the early summer. TRLG-230 is a 230mm guided missile designed and developed entirely by the Turkish company Roketsan and first introduced at the IDEF Defense Fair held in Turkey in August 2021. Thanks to its high accuracy and high destruction power, the TRLG-230 provides intense and effective firepower against high-priority targets at ranges of 20 to 70 kilometers. The system can be integrated with other platforms of different types, with interfaces suitable for Roketsan's K+ weapon system and multi-barrel rocket launcher. The TRLG-230 missile includes a laser seeker as well as GPS and GLONASS-aided INS. The missile is equipped with a 42-kilogram high-explosive steel ball warhead. The missile has a diameter of 230 millimeters and a weight of 210 kilograms. Turkey, which has managed the diplomatic ties between Ukraine and Russia very well so far, plays a key role in establishing peace in the region. They did not completely break off relations with Russia. At the same time, they continued to support Ukraine permanently. With many war vehicles, especially Bayraktar TB2 they supplied to Ukraine, they made the war go much better for Ukraine. At the same time, with its role in the grain corridor, Turkey took the lead in eliminating the grain crisis in the world. As you may recall, the negotiations between Russia and Ukraine took place in meetings held in Turkey. At the same time, they indirectly ensured the security of a certain part of the Ukrainian coast by not passing Russia's warships to the Black Sea. Turkey is pushing Russia and Ukraine to start peace talks, hoping to build on recent successful diplomatic initiatives, such as the critical grain deal that allowed Ukraine to export food through a safe corridor in the war zone. Turkey maintains a delicate balance between Russia and Ukraine. Turkey's stated neutral stance has drawn criticism from the West and has even raised questions about Turkey's loyalty to NATO. But it would not be wrong to say that this is Turkey's success. The Turkish president managed to reach out to both Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Erdogan is among a few world leaders who can do this. Turkey has long-standing defense cooperation and trade relations with Ukraine. The Turkish president even urged Russia to return all occupied territory to Ukraine, including Crimea, which Russia annexed in 2014. Now, Turkey wants to use its influence on both Ukraine and Russia to persuade them to speak up and put an end to the war. While the war is about Ukraine's territorial integrity and sovereignty, he says it's a larger geopolitical picture for Russia. Turkey wants to keep communication open with both Russia and Ukraine and urges its Western allies to do the same. Without some kind of talk and negotiation, without involving and engaging the Russian side, this war does not seem likely to end. Yes, the crimes committed by Russia are obvious, but in order to end this war, an environment of agreement must be established. The Russian president has been cornered enough and can be put on the negotiating table. Turkey draws attention to the fact that it does not equate engagement with Russia with approving Russia's actions. But Turkey acknowledges that continued Russian attacks on civilian targets in Ukraine may make it difficult for Turkey to maintain its neutrality. Putin needs to end his cruelty in order to preserve these relations. Thanks for watching.